Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
I've been here for the last 2 weeks, attending satsang, and I didn't want to miss the chance to come forward.
Yes.
There's something that's very afraid of being seen, being embarrassed, and in the last years of my spiritual journey, I felt it's this one also who wants to become enlightened, to be the best, and it's this one who also tries always to get somewhere, to make a plan how to get closer. I'd like to drop this one.
Where did you pick it up? Because we all know what you're speaking, no? We all know that different people, some people are very confident, comfortable also, and they are also quite at ease to stand up in a space like this with so many people, and they're quite at ease to express themselves, of course. But many people are not like that, and to even come up, it is quite a challenge to come forward and so on. And you speak from this place, you say, yes, there's something that feels embarrassed perhaps and a bit shy to come forward, but nevertheless you're here. And also throughout my spiritual life, I've, somehow it is the one that perhaps wants to be enlightened and to come more close and to even be more enlightened than the most enlightened one, or something like that. So we know.
Yes.
And it is good that you can expose it in such a way, no? Then you say, I want to drop this one. Why you want to drop it? Just to remind ourselves why. I mean, it wants freedom, no? You say it wants enlightenment and everything. So why you want to drop it?
Yeah, and can see on one side there's this one who wants to be the best, but there's also an intuition or a feeling that
maybe it has its own motives why it wants to be the best. Not competition, so why? Because there's room for many awakened beings, no? Why you want to be the best of them? Super best. I want to be the best nobody there can be. Somebody. But we understand that thing. Something says, I want to drop that. I want to drop that person. So is there two entities there? The one who wants something and the one who wants to drop the one who wants something. Let's go through it, because in going through it, we thaw out the seeing and we get a bit more clarity around this, because very often we speak and we are not quite sure what we've said and like that. So there is a sense that there's somebody, some entity that wants something, and it used to go by the name I, it's me doing this. But something must have happened, and I guess it's through your spiritual journey that you have come to see that that's not really who I am. I am aware of this sense of the one who wants these things. So this one who is aware of the one who wants these things, even enlightenment and so on, and wants to drop that one, is this the true one? Let's take a moment about this. We're going to give up the bad one, the one who wants enlightenment and feels a bit embarrassed but wants to be the best and so on. Another one wants to drop this one. The one who wants to drop this one, is this truly what you are, this one?
No.
So even this one will have to be dropped as well then.
Yes.
Okay, let's for the moment say that the first one we're going to leave outside the door now. So the second one we're going to leave outside the other door, this one over this side. Okay, so there are none of them. Then what remains now? Let's be slow, let's be clear on this one now. What remains if the first one, who seems to get a bit shy sometimes, have been studying spirituality, feels a little bit now that, it wants to be the enlightened one, but it wants to be the best enlightened one. And now another one says, I want to drop this one. How can I drop this one? Then you're asked, the one who wants to drop this one, is this really who you are? And something comes, no, even this one is not really who I am. So I said, well then, let's see if we leave the two of them out, what does remain? Is there a third one? Leave them now. We can't refer to them anymore. The first one you've exposed, it's not you. It was pretending to be the real one, it wants to be the best one and so on, left it out. The one who saw that one and says, no, I don't want this one, I want to drop this one. This one you say, this is also not you, so we leave him this one out the other door. Now what remains? Just experience it, feel it, don't just use words only. Words by themselves, they won't do. It's not an English class or something. The words by themselves don't do. The feeling must be there also to really look. So it's a felt recognition. What remains? Have we come to this point too quickly?
I feel the mind is trying to find it.
Yes. The mind is trying to find it, is also observed. Something observed the first character. And when the question was asked, the one who wants to drop the first character, so the second character, is this you? The answer came, no, this one also is not, we're not there yet. So both of those were observed and they were rejected as not the real one yet. Now the mind is coming in to try and answer the question. That is also observed. Is the mind the one who is the real one?
No.
So in the third door, we'll put him back in here. Now what? We're disregarding these because they are not the final one that you are looking for. You are who then? You are what? Which you remain now? The sense I, which really, I would say it is perhaps the most important letter and concept in any language. It is like a shape-shifter, no? It was there in the ego feeling, but then the one that watched the ego also went by the name I. And we say this one also is not quite, also he has to be gotten rid of. So the second I went, another is still there to say, the mind now is coming. He said, the mind is you? No, not, okay, we throw this one out. Then what is remaining? Experience it also. As you are looking, and as we're rejecting these characters, what is happening internally? What is happening? Does it feel, how does it feel internally for you?
Sense of presence.
Sense of presence. Is that what's left now? Sense of presence? Sense of presence means that by which you know you exist. This I exist feeling. Not just the words, but what the words point to. I am. That is indicating the sense of presence. If there was nobody else in the world, just you would have this also to be there. The way that you know that you are alone. I am here. I exist. That is our first knowing. Okay. This sense of presence that you speak of. Is that the one? The sense of presence now. And if we listen in the right way, this question, and the questioner is really somehow, we should be on the same page together. You can follow and you can see, yes, I can recognize this. No, there's only the feeling of being. The sense of presence and the feeling of being, they're the same. They're just the I am. I'm here. Just this. I'm here as what? I am here. I am here as what? Because I am here, there's the functioning of perceiving or perception, meaning I am the one who is perceiving. Somehow I am perceiving the world, life, movement, thoughts, feeling, sensation. All of this is perceived. And the perceiver is who? Naturally you feel, I am the perceiver. Everything within any frame of time, from past or future or even present, they're all perceived somehow. There's awareness of this. Whatever comes, any feeling or a change of feeling, that is instantly perceived. It's instantly perceived. You don't have to change, move or get up. From right where you are, sitting or standing or lying down, it is perceived like that. It doesn't take time to perceive. Instantly, it is perceived. So therefore, everything you have learned, everything we have perceived, everything that we have experienced in the life is because we perceive them. Whether it is thought or an object or a relationship or an ideology, it is because we perceive and found it agreeable and we kept the impression of what we perceive inside us. It's clear enough, would you say? And so, whatever we perceive, even the thing that you love so much or enjoy so much, you cannot maintain or sustain unbroken connection with it. At some point the attention will go somewhere else and the thing that you are so much engaged with will go out of your mind and it will be replaced by perhaps another object or another thought, another feeling. Do we see this or not? Yes? But the looking place, the place where anything is seen is the same place. Would it be like this? So from this same place of looking, the first guy was seen and it was admitted what really is here is not this first guy. He's not the one who wants all these things, who wants and has been practicing. So it's not quite. You see? It has some resemblance of what I feel I am, but it's not quite me. And the one who is looking at this first one and saying, you know, I want to drop this association with this first guy, this one also is not me. It's coming close, but it's also not me. So let's drop both of them. Then I ask, what remain? And you say that some mind stuff is going on. The mind wants to answer this question. Are you the mind? You say, no, I'm not the mind. Okay, so mind is out of it now. Then say, what remain? And you say now, the sense of presence. And each time we're becoming more subtle. Now the sense of presence is very subtle. The person, the sense of the person, identified with the body as I'm a man or I'm a woman, I'm a child, I'm an elderly person, whatever. It identified with the body strongly. It identified with its conditioning quite strongly. So that if you are a Muslim or a Hindu, you have a strong sense of what that means for you. If you're a Christian or an atheist, you have a strong sense of what that means for you. And you categorize or define yourself in terms of those concepts that seem to please you. You say, that's what I am. But the sense of presence is not locked into those definitions. It's not male or female, it's more subtle than that. It has no particular belief system. It is just the intelligent principle, I suppose you can say like that, that allows us to perceive everything else. And also to perceive itself also. Then I ask, is this you? The questions are getting more and more difficult to answer maybe. Is the sense of presence, now we become very subtle now to speak about the sense of presence. I say, is this you? Because the sense of presence, it is very subtle. What's it like, this sense of presence? Remember that you've rejected the other guys, okay? Now sense of presence, what's it feel like? Are you happy with sense of presence now? It has no judgments. It is without desire. Can the sense of presence stay just as the sense of presence without contacting the mind and the old identities? Can it simply be aware of them but not identify with them? Here begins spiritual practice. Because it seems as though the sense of presence is felt, but out of habit, there seems to be a reflex to go back to the state of the person. Have we noticed this or not? And then we're feeling the sense of presence, feels very good, we feel very peaceful, saying, it's very nice, very nice. But then some form or some image comes in the mind, and then it creates a link with other images, and next minute you feel you're in thought and you're behaving again like a person, and by the time you recognize it, there's a feeling that, oh, I lost the sense of presence. But you have not lost the sense of presence. It's by the sense of presence that you feel, I've moved away from the sense of presence, which is only a thought. Tricky. Because the sense of presence is a state of consciousness. And consciousness is the medium through which we know or have the sense of knowing or experiencing things. So any experience you have is a testimony that you are conscious. Because without consciousness, you cannot experience anything. So if now we have come to, we're okay with leaving the associations with the story, the person who has a story, okay, or history. We leave this aside now, and what is the sense of presence that's left? Just kind of feel it out. What is there? Just sense of presence. What is there? What's the feeling? What's the state? Something missing?
No.
When we are identified with the states of personhood, the consciousness becomes quite cluttered. It is saving lots of images that it feels will be useful for it now or later. So it becomes very, very crowded with concepts, and sometimes very, very reactionary. Little things put you off or upsets you or something like this. That's the state of personhood. But the moment you are recognizing that the sense of personhood is something, is like a sensation or a memory or a construct that is perceived, the minute that that is recognized, that it is only an object of perception, it doesn't feel so close. There's some space opens up, and you're aware that, but this is seen from a deeper place of seeing, and here feels much more spacious. Without the identity to personhood or ego, something is much more spacious, and naturally you will appreciate, you will enjoy this state more. And nevertheless, something will still fluctuate. By habit, something will still go back to the person. You'll get an email or a call on your phone, and somehow you'll be in the state of mind of a person again. And there'll be a little frustration. But the taste of presence is with you now. The taste of conscious presence, or you may say the conscious taste of presence, is with you now. And then now there's an urge to go back, to be in the higher, purer state. We follow? Because we can change subject if we want to. Okay, so now there's something feels, now I don't want to spend so much time in this other state of person anymore. Because when I'm in the person, then my moods start to come. Then fears are coming, anxiety is coming, the relationships start to give trouble. But when I'm in the state of presence, I feel like an empty sky. It feels, whoa, spacious. Is that the same one? Is it the same one? Is it the same me? How many me's are there? I already throw 2 out and the mind, and still I feel more me. Throwing out the first guy, throwing out the second guy who didn't want the first guy, and throwing out the mind who wanted to tell the story about it, and I am more happy than I've ever been without those 2 guys, and something feels just remarkable. And still, my senses are functioning. We didn't get rid of my senses. I did not get rid of my capacity to think even. It is here, but it is not dominating the consciousness. There seems to be some kind of harmony. How did that come about? I don't know, because I didn't do anything particular. I just disregarded the first guy and the second guy, and somehow I'm here. Then the question comes, how can I stay here? I like this place. How can I, is there a rent for this place? I mean, how can I stay here? Can we have some guarantee, Mooji? You have a sort of, how we stay? I said, how are you staying now? I just am here. How can I stay here? Because little things come up and they bring my attention back to my person, and then I seem like I'm person again, and I don't like to be in the person. Before, you've spent 30 years in the person, doing all kinds of things, and now I don't want him now. Why you don't want? Huh? No, now you want to be presence. The presence is in. Presence rocks. Yeah. How can I stay here, Mooji? This is what they want to ask. How to stay? I said, well, not by effort. If you try to stay by effort, you become a stayer. You create another image, self-image, as the one who is a stayer. The fact is that the stayer can't stay. He's also come and go. What is the key then to stay? One is this: whatever you can recognize, no, you're not that. Listen, that is, whatever you can perceive, recognize tangibly, whether it is a thought or a sensation, a memory, an object, a person, a relationship, an ideology, philosophy, a religion, or a political idea or something, it is not you. It is subject to change. And this is the field of change. Everything is changing here. Including the body that you are wearing also is changing also. And there's awareness of that change. Sometimes we were not aware that we are aware. But it was taught and shown that, but you are aware. So, oh my God, it's true. I was aware, but I didn't know I was aware. Now I am aware that I'm aware. You see? And now it feels different because there's a sense that when I get angry about something, the angry one, I would not have felt it could be observed. It was too intimate, it's too tight. There was no space to observe because in order to observe, there must be some distance to observe one thing, to observe another. And when I'm angry or passionate, I seem to merge with my anger and there's no space to observe it. But since looking and exercising and seeing, well, yes, that is seen, and there's a strong thought, I'm not good enough for this. I said, but that's just a thought. That is seen. Who told you that belonged to you? I said, no, I mean, I can just let it go? Yes. Wow! I can just let it go. I wasn't destined to own any thought. But we need some thoughts, though. Don't we need some thoughts that we, our own little package? I said, well, no, you don't need the thoughts, but you are free to experience thoughts. But the mistake has been that you have identified too strongly with it. And the first identification was the identification with the body, and then with the conditioning, the place you are brought up, the environment, the kind of things. All of this contributed to the present idea of who you think you are. And whatever idea we have about ourselves, it's constantly changing. If we could look back in our life in sections of 3 years, you would look and see that maybe 3 years ago, I was having some very strong feelings about, Mexico. I really wanted to be there. I really felt like, I bought sombrero and everything. I was ready to go. But now, actually, I feel nothing for it. But 3 years ago, nobody could stop me. It was a passion. Now I'm just a vague memory. 3 years before this, I wanted to be soldier. But now, I had no chance. Yeah. Before that, so you see, we have had many instances where we would have defined ourselves in terms of the things that we love, our passions, and who we take ourselves to be. But thankfully, they moved on, or you moved on, something changed, and you're happy that they changed. Myself also, there was a time when it was the season for afros. Everybody has afros. This big mop on our head, and cheesecloth shirts, and flared trousers, and clogs. Somebody thought of clogs from Sweden or something. And I thought I'd found my eternal style. I thought, wow, I can live like this forever, you know. Thankfully, those seasons pass, and I don't show anybody those photographs anymore. So anything in life is going to be like that. It's going to be something you're fascinated with for a while, but by the nature of the senses and the mind, it will change. And if you sit and reflect on this a bit, you'll agree, actually everything seems to be in a kind of flux. Everything is coming and going. Everything that I see is coming and going. Even my face, look in the mirror, whoa, another wrinkle, oh my God. Everything is changing. Is there anything that is not changing? Is there anything that is not changing? Because whatever we see, whatever you love, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you possess, one day will be gone, as so many things have gone before. And even the body that you need to enjoy these things, one day that also will go. What's the point of all of this? Your passion is so alive, your vigor, your life force is so powerful, but also it's fading also, one day also gone. Is it a curse? Why it must be like this? Then at different times you're happy for change, because change is also part of the dance of creation, that things must change. But at the same time, we are searching for a happiness that doesn't go away. Everything goes away. We want also a happiness, a joy that does not go away. We also want a life that doesn't end just in death. Finito. So, are we fantasizing about this? We can, but there's a reality to all of this. You must find that which is unchanging. We have a body which is always changing. You have a mind or mindset that is always changing. But there's something else that is not changing. And even though it's not changing, it never becomes stagnant. It never grows old. It never fades. It is the source. And we are here to prove if this is true and see if you can make this discovery of that which is not changing. When you have discovered that which is unchanging, we are using the word unchanging at the moment, but there's much more to it than unchanging. It is the source of all that is changeful, while itself is unchanging, finding which a mortal being goes to immortality, goes from ignorance to wisdom, from suffering to joy, from selfishness to love, from darkness to light. Is it poetry? No. And I'm going to stand behind my words in saying this, because you are going to be the where it is proven. It has to be proven. And it is not enough to say, yes, you go this place, everything is fine. No, really in any genuine search must end in experience, not just in philosophy or in ideology. You must experience that for yourself. And this is what all of this is from my standpoint. The opportunity is to search for what is eternal within yourself and to find joy that does not fade. Although in your joy may come moments of sorrow or a little bit of some moods may come, but they cannot stay. They're part of the change. So you are going to discover the unchanging within the changing. The stillness within the movement. You will know both. How to do that? I started by telling you, whatever you see, whatever you perceive, whatever you've tasted, whatever you remember, all this comes and goes. You will know that. That which observes the world on this side of the eyes, the world of the five elements and their coming together, the world of changes, of otherness, of thingfulness, all that is changing. And the world behind the eyes, the world of feelings and emotion and sensation, and thought, memory, imagination, that also is observed. Where is this observer? Where is the location of that which observes inside and outside simultaneously? Where is this? Just allow the question to be asked for a moment. Whatever you see comes and goes. That which is seeing all that comes and goes, even the most subtle things, like for instance space. Space is very subtle. Yet you can perceive space. Why? Because you are subtler than space even. There are some sensations we each experience that you cannot talk about them. They're too subtle. There's no words for them. Still, your consciousness perceives them. So, that which is perceiving everything else, can that be also perceived, was my question. If we have come to this question now, you have come to one of the most important questions in the human kingdom. Can the perceiver of all that is perceivable, can the perceiver be perceived? Is there a perceiver as an entity? Can it be looked at? Can it be studied? Can somebody tell me this? But you must find out. Don't speak from a book, unless it's your living book. Right now, there's a functioning of perception. You are conscious. You know that you are conscious. If sleep begins to knock on your door, something is aware of the sleep. And I said, don't go with sleep, and a response to that come. That which is aware of all responses, of all actions, reactions, interactions, can it be recognized? And where are you in relation to that? Where are you in light of the questions and the points I've made? Where are you? Are you in the position of the perceiver or elsewhere? Are you something being perceived, or are you the one who is perceiving? Have I gone too far? Okay. Who are you? Are you an object in front of the lens of perception? Are you behind the camera of perception, looking upward? Or are you both? So these questions are not merely for curiosity. It must be that you must use this because you are discovering about you. All this is about your own self. What you're going to discover is about your own self. And it will not merely be information. It will become experience. And that is the difference. Belief or knowledge must be transformed into experience. Because if you only know something mentally or intellectually, it will not stay with you. My question again, everything you can perceive, you can discern whether something is imaginary or actual, or whether it's from yesterday, or it's right now, or earlier this morning, or something you're hoping to experience. All this you know. The ability of consciousness is amazing. All you can perceive, everything. But that which is perceiving, can it be recognized right now? This is a right now question. What are you discovering? So don't just listen. No, really look. In satsang, the beings have come to discover, not just to learn, but for direct experience and to discover. So this question is a freedom question. It is a discovering question. Someone, please, come. What have you found? These are one of the final questions, and these is going to be one of the final, not necessarily answers, but revelation, or direct experience, or recognition. So, you have this, or should I let someone else come?
I don't know.
Okay, who was there to put the hand? You come, say. Thank you for starting us off. Stay with it.